and call the meeting to order. Hi.
Hi.
This is the first meeting, official meeting of the Michigan City Sustainability Commission, and I will start with the roll call. Doug Chubb.
Here.
Dahlia Zegis.
Present.
Zegis.
Present.
Zegis, almost like a G.
Nancy Moldenauer.
Here.
Andy Jans Davis.
Here.
Clarence Hulse.
What?
Larry Zimmer.
Here.
Cherie Wilson. Daisy Lee.
Here.
Faye Moore.
Here.
Anne-Marie Watkins.
Sick.
Madison Gresham.
Here.
Gwen Sardon.
Here.
Okay.
Did you call that Gwen?
Or Gwyneth?
Gwen? Either one.
Alrighty. Can someone take notes
Yes.
for this meeting?
So, absent is
Clarence,
Clarence.
Cherie, Anne-Marie.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, great.
And I think Clarence may be late. I heard somebody say that.
Has anyone heard from Cherie? Because she hasn't really responded to anything. Have you heard anything from her?
She's in the middle of moving right now, so that's what I know.
So she wants to be on the commission, you think? Have you talked to her since the last meeting?
No, I have not.
Okay. All right.
Because she has not responded to our emails.
Well, we can deal with that at our next meeting. We have a forum, so.
Yep, that's fine. There's just people who want to be on. And
Sure.
I want to give people a chance, you know.
Next item is approval of the minutes.
I sent it to you. Did I send it to everybody? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay,
Did
good.
anyone have any additions or subtractions? Can I hear a motion for the approval of the minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next I have introduction of board members. So I'd like us just to go around the table and introduce ourselves and say who we represent. Anything else you want to add to that?
And could you also note if you have been sworn in?
Okay. I'll start.
City Council.
I'm Sharon Carnes. I'm the City Council liaison. I'm not a voting member of the commission. Deb?
Deb Chubb, what do you want? What are we supposed to do? Sorry.
Just your name and anything else that you want to talk about.
I do want to mention that we had our kickoff meeting today. This is AJ, thank you, AJ, who's our intern from IU SPIA grad school, you know, something like that. And so it was really great. And AJ, you know, will be partnering with this commission to conduct his greenhouse gas emissions inventory of the community. So it was a really great meeting, did a great job, and you know, he's really hitting the ground running. So, and yes, I have been sworn in. Okay. Faye?
I'm Faye Moore, and I don't know who I represent other than I would say the community, or perhaps
You were a commission appointee, right?
Right. Yeah, you're commission appointed. I don't think we had real strict like where you got to come from.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm interested in the sustainability of the city and how the city is going to move forward. So that's why I came to the meeting.
Good. And have you been sworn in?
No, I have not.
Okay, between 8 and 4:30 Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Dahlia?
My name is Dahlia Gigas. I'm secretary of the Trail Creek Watershed Partnership, which really got me involved in water-related issues. I've gotten a certificate in watershed management since then. I'm on the Stormwater Advisory Group for Michigan City, and then the Regional Sewer and Water Board for LaPorte County. So water is like a big thing of mine. And interested in all kinds of environmental things and like urban redevelopment and transportation. So those are some of my interests.
My name's Andy Chance Davis, and I've been sworn in. I'm just a lifelong tree hugger and lived here for a long time, and always trying to do right for the environment, whatever the current research says is the best to do, and I really, really dislike litter.
And I think you probably have some good insight on environmental education.
Some.
Because how many kids do you have over there?
Well, I'm for the parent group, though. I'm not with the teachers.
Really
so I do contests and remind the kids what's recyclable at lunch and not to use prepackaged lunches and to, because you can't recycle that, or this is compostable and that's not, and really trying to get kids interested. I did have one mom email me that they are not allowed to buy Ziploc bags in their house anymore. So, that sort of thing. Mostly I annoy the parents.
Yeah, well, that's good. So your kids go to the, what's it called?
Discovery
Charter School, Environmental Charter School.
Yes.
Is that a particular school?
It's over, it's over in Chesterton. It's a charter school, and is it K through 8?
K through 8.
K through 8, yeah.
Nancy?
Nancy Moldenhauer. Let me see, what do I not do, I guess? I am probably best known in the area for Northwest Indiana Green Drinks, and that we're in our 7th year right now. We have a monthly presentation around something green, and we meet Thursday evening, 6:30 p.m. at Shoreline Brewery. I've also been heavily involved with Save the Dunes over the last 6 years as a board member. I've come off the board. I joined their advocacy committee, and also they won't let me come off the fundraising committee with them. So I still do that. I'll have to say probably my real interest in this community is one of being an includer and getting as many people involved as possible in sustainability. So that's my real passion. And let me see, can I make an announcement now or should I wait?
Why don't we wait?
Okay, I'll wait on that then. Don't let me forget.
We'll put that under board comments.
Don't let me forget, because I may forget to do that.
Did everyone get the agenda?
No.
We were supposed to.
That's right. Oh yeah, it's probably on your phone. You pulled up on your phone.
We were told that she's not printing them.
Yeah, and my phone's been
Well, I pretty much, I know it has big notes.
my phone's been wonky today.
Oh, okay.
Larry?
My name's Larry Zimmer. My education and training is in architecture and interior design. I've been in business for 40 years now this year. I have my own design practice here in Michigan City and in Chicago. I've been an environmental activist as far as I can do it is since high school when I worked at the local recycling center. So I gel with you for sure. And I'm always concerned about the environment and everything that we need to do these days to move society forward and more toward a green thinking, because I think our environment is in dire need of more participation and less apathy.
Thank you. Daisy?
I'm Daisy Lee. I teach 7th and 8th grade environmental science at Krieger Middle School. And in college, I majored in ecology, and then I taught outdoor environmental education at the Dunes Learning Center for a year and a half, and then I was in the Peace Corps in Panama doing some environmental work there. So lots of different work. And my key goal as a teacher is exposure. So if we can bring that to the community too, because you don't know what you don't know. So I want to bring that here.
But I hope you'll share your programs that you've done at Krieger. So the recycling and the composting and a couple other things. I guess they're not. I don't know. It's a shoe thing. That's a recycled thing?
Closet.
Yeah.
That's a recycled program, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. So at Krieger we have last spring I started recycling and composting in the cafeteria. We have 113. Oh yeah, there you go. We have 113 acres of woods, so we have a very large composting bin in the back. And we have a school-wide recycling program along with this program where we recycle many things that you can't put in your curbside recycling, but we get money for at the school. And then the shoe program, it's a win-win. We're reducing what we're putting into the landfill, but we're also getting shoes back with this organization for our students and community members in need. So lots of things going on.
Madison?
My name is Madison Gresham. I'm representing Barker Middle School, and that's pretty much it.
Excellent.
Gwen?
My name is Gwyneth Sardon. You can just call me Glenn, whichever is fine. I represent Michigan City High School. In the high school, I am in environmental restoration, so I do a few things in that. And I am thankful for this opportunity in this commission.
And also, I think, are you not in the fishing club?
I am in the fishing club as well.
And do you look at fishing in an environmental way, a sustainability lens, or you just like to fish?
I do enjoy fishing, but our sponsor for the fishing club, Mr. Mars, does talk about how the water is affecting the fish behaviors and how the fish, of course, is affected by water. We do talk about how clear the water is and how dirty the water is, and a few stuff, of course, to do with water. So, yeah.
Great.
Thanks, everyone. We'll move on now to the election of officers. So, chairperson, successor chair, secretary, and treasurer. And these people will serve through 2019. So I'll open up the nominations for chairperson. Are there any nominations for
Just
chairperson?
through the end of 2019.
Yes, because we have a reorganization meeting in January.
So not even a full year.
So it would be from June till January 2020.
Yeah, like 6 or 7 months.
Is that
6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any nominations for chairperson?
I nominate.
I'm going to say go nominate yourself.
No, I nominate Talia.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
I don't know.
Oh, will you accept that?
Can I do it? Because I'm already a president of the Commission for Women.
Sure you can.
Yeah, sure. You can be president of everything.
If you want, I'll
Does
second it.
anybody else want to do it?
Nope.
Nancy. Okay, I'll accept. If you
Go,
like.
girl.
And who second?
I second.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
Are there any other nominations for chairperson? Any other nominations for chairperson? Hearing none, can we just do a voice vote? I don't think we need to do a roll call on this. All those in favor of Dahlia as the chairperson through the end of 2019? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Dahlia, you're the chairperson.
Thank you.
You may take over the meeting.
Great.
See that coming up?
Get right in there.
All right, good. Okay, I believe now we're going to go find a successor chair, which I think is the person who's going to take care of.
Is
that
that like
really
in
successful?
2020 you're going to be the chair, or is it more like just vice chair?
It's every year.
Just like vice chair?
So if the chair is not present, they take over. Is that?
Okay, all right.
All right, I'll accept
volunteer for
nomination.
that.
All right.
Yeah, I volunteer for that.
Deb volunteered for herself. Anybody want to
Is there any
second it?
second?
Second.
I'm sorry.
All right. Are there any other nominations for successive chair?
It's called vice chair.
What, you want to call it vice chair? I don't know why it's...
In my minutes, it says.
Yeah, it says
it
successor.
does.
Yeah, so I'm not
That's
sure
why I'm like
why
trying to
it
get
goes when it
in
does.
Successor chair.
Oh, it's probably from the ordinance, yeah. So,
Okay, hearing no other nominations, do I hear a movement to accept, or what do we say?
yeah, we have a movement.
What do we want to do? What do we want to do?
All in
Move to
favor?
approve.
Oh, all in favor? That's it?
Yeah.
See, you guys are regretting already that. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Who moved? I didn't. Oh, I moved, and then I think you, Larry.
I
did you
seconded, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, secretary.
Secretary
What's
is
that young lady's name? Gwen?
Gwen.
I nominate Gwen.
How you feeling about secretary? That is a pretty big job.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how you're feeling. I know school's out today, right? Today's the last day?
Yes, but I am also involved in the Young People's Theater.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Oh, you guys are busy doing this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a lot, because secretary is kind of tricky, and because it's the government, you have to like get the notices in and everything to the clerk's office. Oh, Daisy.
Daisy was next.
I see, she moved.
I physically moved.
Right.
Stay very still.
That was your nominate
Okay.
Daisy.
Okay, second.
Do you want it?
I always get nominated for secretary.
Because you're awesome.
You do?
And I'm going to pass my notes right. Wait, no. Not yet.
I need a computer.
Do we have any other nominations for
Any other
secretary?
nominations?
Who did someone seconded, right?
Oh, I'll second.
Okay.
If you want it, otherwise take it back.
It's fine.
Oh, thank you, Daisy. That's awesome.
It's an important job.
Okay, all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
All right.
Congratulations, Daisy. And treasurer. Yes, who's going to take care of our money? There's not many people left.
We don't have any money.
We don't have any money.
I know, but we
So it's
might
going to be a
get
very
money.
easy job.
Yeah.
For a while. Yes,
Volunteer for the easy.
Volunteer yourselves, or we'll volunteer you.
You got to volunteer yourself?
I will, yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay,
Excellent.
so E&D and I will second.
All right. Any other nominations for treasurer? All right. Can we have a voice vote? All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Awesome. Great. We have
Great.
And
Congratulations, officers. Schedule of meeting through 2019. So our last discussion, even though we ruined it, we said that I believe the fourth Wednesday of the month was pretty much okay for people. Can everyone like kind of verify that? Look on your. Does that sound okay? The fourth Wednesday, you did not like the fourth Wednesday.
Yeah, like any Wednesday doesn't really work.
That wasn't good. All right, so
what would
I'm opening
Wednesday
any
that
day.
bad for you?
Because I go to Chicago every Wednesday.
Oh, just Wednesday's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So should we look at Thursday? I mean,
Something else the last Thursday?
The fourth Thursday?
I fourth Thursday.
NAACP.
Oh, we have a PFLAG meeting.
Okay, so that's not bad,
Yeah.
yeah. So
The second Thursday works.
Is that us?
It's LaPorte County
No, we
second
are.
Thursday.
Club.
Wait,
No,
what
we
is
are
this?
not.
LaPorte County Democratic Club.
Third, I think.
That's green drinks.
Third Thursday.
The second. Wait, did I say
Yeah,
second?
third Thursday is Green Drinks and the Women's Commission.
So the
I
second
meant
Tuesday.
I meant second.
That's LaPorte County Democratic
Okay.
Club.
Yeah.
Second Tuesday?
LaPorte County Democratic. Oh, Tuesdays? You're on Tuesdays now?
I think that was the last.
Yeah, the second
I
Tuesday.
want to open up my
Because
e-Michigan
that
City.
works for me.
That's literally the only day that does not work for me.
Oh, and that.
Second Thursday?
How about
Second Tuesday.
Oh, second Tuesday, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
any other day
It doesn't-
I could do, but second Tuesdays.
How about the first Tuesday?
That's city
Oh,
council.
that's city council.
City Council,
third.
and the
First
third
and third.
Tuesday would be City Council too.
Yeah, second Tuesday is like Board of Zoning Appeals, Human Rights Commission.
Oh,
If
there's
you wanted to
other things
meet,
on second
if you
Tuesday
wanted to meet
anyway.
early on Tuesday, if you could meet at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's the Human Rights Commission.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know nobody likes Monday, but there's not much else on there.
So Monday, yeah, redevelopment looks like it meets.
That's
I
in the
think it's the
morning.
second and fourth. No, redevelopment is in the.
Oh, it's in the evening now?
Yeah,
Oh,
redevelopment.
redevelopment is even Board of Works is the morning.
Yeah, Board of Works is the morning, right.
So do you know which Mondays that is?
Well, I'm looking at June, but that might not be the best month to look. I think I should look back, right? Like back
Okay.
to April or something.
I teach Zumba 5:30 to 6:30 on Mondays
Every Monday
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Okay.
at 5:30.
to 6:30. Yeah.
I don't think anyone gets.
So Tuesdays look pretty light. The second Tuesday is not good for you, right?
Unfortunately, it's literally
Okay.
the only day.
The only
I
day you
do.
can't meet.
Okay. Fourth Tuesday.
Fourth Tuesday is school board.
Oh,
Plan Commission.
okay.
Wow.
First Wednesday.
Unless it's Tuesday early. but
First
if it's-
Wednesday.
Larry can't do anything.
No, that's okay. If
That'd be great.
Wednesday is the only day that works, then
Oh,
I'll
we're not
just make
saying
it
that.
work.
Okay, first Thursday. Anybody have something of first Thursday?
It's just city council.
That's a
Oh no,
PFLAG board meeting.
First
on
Thursday.
the first Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how about
But then the third Thursday is the chapter meeting.
Oh,
Thursdays
okay.
are pretty well bad, period.
Okay.
They can
second
get so
Thursday?
much
Everyone,
going
someone had a problem with second Thursday.
on. Democratic Club.
Okay,
And this other stuff.
can't be in all
So
these
we are an
things.
active community.
Right, it is
So
an active
I'm hovering
community.
over Friday, people. Is there such a thing or no?
Sunday morning,
Friday?
8 o'clock.
You know, it's not,
Yeah, that's
it's not I don't know if anyone's going to be in a
Veterans
happy
Commission
mood.
does actually meet on Friday, it looks like, so how about that?
You know what?
That's in the morning, isn't it?
2 o'clock.
What time
Oh,
were you?
2 o'clock.
What time were you thinking about meeting on that second Thursday? What time?
Whatever, what works.
4 o'clock?
Yeah, is it better for the students to get here at 4, or would you rather come at 5:30 or 5?
On what day?
On Thursday,
Thursday.
the second Thursday.
Is 4 good?
Second Thursday?
Can you get to, you're in town, right?
You're in town on
So you
Thursday?
can do
I'm available 24 hours a day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay, we're good.
Is anybody like having a bad feeling about second Thursday?
Second Thursday.
So,
As long as we set it
4,
early.
4:30? What time do you, when is your conflict?
yeah, I have a 7:30 meeting, but,
That's what I said, 4 o'clock.
yeah.
It's at 6:30 in Laporte.
So how about a 4 o'clock?
Really, 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, woo, we have a winner.
Second
What is it now?
Thursday.
So it's the second Thursday.
Well,
I am also involved in drumline for a marching band, and they have Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays. If it's only once a month, which it is, it should be fine. But there are some important rehearsals and practices that I have to go to. So I'll just keep most likely you informed if I'm going to a meeting or not. But Thursdays are fine.
Okay, so second Thursday at 4 p.m., right?
So then you have to see if the room is available.
So I think that's a secretary duty.
So there's nothing on the calendar for June, but the calendar doesn't seem to be very
You want
current.
me to give you the phone number?
Yeah.
87
Sorry.
873-1440.
So
It
tentatively
doesn't have to
June
be this room.
13th.
There's
there's
another adjacent one, east.
But once you tell them, then you can only tell, you only have to tell them once, right? You say
Yeah, they
second
should put
Thursday
put it
at
in
4
the
o'clock,
calendar.
then they'll have it on the calendar, you won't have to, do that.
So the East Conference Room, or what's this one called?
West
West.
Conference.
West Conference.
And then-
They call this the mayor's room, actually.
And then they don't, so that's the official public notice, right? They will send it out to the newspaper?
No, the secretary has to send it out.
Exactly.
And
And actually, the newspaper is not the official public notice. Official public notice has to be
City
posted
clerk.
on the bulletin board.
right, so send it to the city
You can
clerk.
send it, you can send it to whomever you want.
So if you send it, if you email it to the clerk, will she
I do
walk
not-
out?
I
and-
do
Yes,
not-
they do. They do.
They will?
I will-
Okay.
They do for the other
Well,
commissions.
Okay.
Okay.
They do. They do for the other commissions.
I was told that the secretary would have to do that.
Just email everyone at City Hall.
Yeah, that's what I do. I sent it to, when I was a secretary for social status, I sent it to Kim, Dawn, and Gail.
And they would put
And
it
out
up
of
on
the 3, one of them put it out there.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
I think I have sent all 3.
Awesome.
So what's the date of the second second?
yeah,
Tentatively the 13th, we'll verify with the room.
Okay.
6:13.
And then we should, what we should do is just schedule them all for the rest of the year. Then you only have to put the notice on the bulletin board.
Oh, we put them all
Right.
on the same notice.
Exactly.
Oh,
clever.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, okay.
I tried to do that with the Commission for Women, and it just does not appear on the calendar, so I'm not sure who I have to talk to.
You mean on the website calendar?
I mean, it appears right when once we send the agenda in for the next meeting, it does appear. But until we do, even though someone emailed me and I said yes, it's going to be every third.
Oh, because they post the agenda probably.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like to have
That's the trigger to get it on the website calendar.
It's okay. We'll work on that. I'm not sure who to talk to, but okay. All right, great. That's wonderful.
Okay. So then we'll be meeting again in a couple of weeks, right? Okay. Okay, great.
Okay, next on the agenda, it says establish committees and liaisons.
Can I just make a suggestion that you don't have to do them all today. If there's, we want to discuss it. I just as a general thing and try to keep the meeting to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get into a lot of discussion.
Well, we would want to know what committees so that we can think on.
Sure.
Right, so, just kind of, so now we'll just kind of do a little brainstorming, I think, huh? Just kind of throw some stuff out there for committees. I know Dahlia's got some big ideas.
Well, yeah, I shared them last time. I don't think I brought them with me, so there we go.
right there.
But I think that's too many committees.
That's too many, yeah.
But those are some of our areas of interest, so maybe we can group them together.
So
Sure, just start throwing some out.
I also had another thought that I wanted to put on the table is that we would work closely with AJ and figure out where our high areas of greenhouse gas emissions may be in Michigan City, and that we could maybe pick some targeted areas to actually group around and work towards. So that was a thought that I had.
Okay, so that report will be do you want to give a little overview about the timeline for this project?
So my work will be till 26th of July.
And that's when we'll find out that information.
Yeah, maybe before that. I mean, that's my last day of work.
Okay.
So maybe a week before that, I'll have the report ready.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Because it would sort of make it would make sense to me to proceed scientifically, that we're looking at possibly where the greatest needs are in our community. And then if we, as a commission, if they would overlay with what our areas of interest are, then it may be easier for us to group around purposeful activity.
Okay.
Sharon, I think the first pre-meeting was you talked about what's the goal of this commission, right? Can you just kind of, don't read it, maybe you don't have to read the whole thing again, but just kind of outline what is our goal here?
Broadly, to involve the community in sustainability, work with other commissions and city departments on sustainability issues.
And would you say to lower our footprint, our carbon footprint as a whole, as a city? Would that be
I guess that does not specifically stated in the ordinance. It just talks generally about sustainability. So if the commission chose to do that, that would certainly be.
I mean, I think it's a good discussion, point to decide, what do we mean when we say sustainability. I know that I hate to start a 10-hour conversation, but it should be something that we, agree on, I think.
So air quality is one, right? If we're going to talk about sustainability, so what would be some other goals besides air quality? We talked about recycling, water quality.
Right.
So let's just list all those.
So we talked about the green canopy really diminishing significantly in Michigan City.
Yes. Okay, wait.
Over the last several years. The green canopy is diminishing.
So air quality, and then tree canopy.
Which I would say are kind of related.
Yeah, but we're gonna run into a lot of that, I think.
Let's all together find an arborist for the trees.
And don't forget, we already have a tree board.
That's right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it probably would be working with them.
So they would handle most of that.
No one here is on the tree board.
Nobody here is on the tree board.
We can appoint someone to be, a liaison to attend their meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to try to, give them some guidance and some direction about, I don't know how much they're doing, how scientifically they're approaching, their tree
Maybe
work.
the first step would be to have somebody attend the meetings or view the meetings on alcohol, and then we could talk about it at the next meeting.
Well, the next tree board meeting is Wednesday, June 5th.
Okay.
So that's coming up. And it's at 6 p.m. Does that sound good for you, Andy?
You can always watch watch it on alcohol too. So
I can watch
would it
Oh.
be possible to have whoever the chair of that committee come to our meeting?
well, you could certainly ask that.
Who is that, do you know?
I would have to look it up, but you could certainly ask that. But I think maybe it would be better if we first
went to
understood
them.
how that group worked.
I would-
Before
But if
we
we
asked them to.
If we just go to a meeting, they'll just be doing business. You know, so we'll sit in and watch them do whatever business they happen to be doing that day. I mean, I want to like a kind of a.
But that's what we're
Well,
saying.
then you
if
can read
they're-
the synopsis on the city website.
they're authorized.
I'm reticent to ask another commission
To come to
to
us.
send their board president to explain to us.
But their meetings are archived there.
Right.
Yeah, they're on the
Archived, so you can go back
Just
and
go
look
back
at
and
the
watch them.
older meetings and see what they've been discussing.
I'll be seeing Laura Henderson tomorrow too, so I'd be happy to talk to her. She's been on the tree board for many years.
Okay, that'd be cool.
To get sort of a synopsis.
Yeah, like what's their
Too. I'll
mission
happily
and
do
goals
that.
okay.
So air quality, tree canopy quality could be lumped in with carbon footprint, wouldn't you?
They all could be.
They could.
So
No, I'm just trying to group things, because carbon is kind of like an air thing. It's an air quality thing, and reducing our effect on the ozone. Right. So can we just put that as just lump it in and just kind of keep going with where we're.
So wait, so you're saying these two go
So
into
air quality, tree canopy, and carbon footprint.
okay.
And recycling and composting can be combined with waste management.
Yeah. Recycling,
Okay, great.
composting,
So there's a different one. Okay, and then there's going to be water.
water quality.
So there's water quality, and then
There's also stormwater management.
right.
Storm.
Water.
It's actually kind of big, and they are going to be coming to our commission in the near future to talk about an ordinance that they've been working on when a street is being rebuilt, to put in green infrastructure to deal with stormwater. So this is something that's been worked on the Stormwater Advisory Group for a while, and they want us, definitely to be like a partner. And
Here's
so
money.
I see our role is to, coordinate that, like find out what they're about and help support things that are great.
Great. And are they doing grant writing? I know there's a lot of resiliency grants out there these days.
The Stormwater Advisory Group, I cannot say is. It's under the auspices of Sanitary Department.
That's what I was
Sanitary
wondering.
Department always has been working on those, so we'll see.
Okay, great.
Storm management is under.
Stormwater.
Stormwater Advisory Group is SWAG is the name of the group, like we're like the Blue Streets group, and then so they are dealing with ordinances like when a road gets rebuilt, no longer just to pave it, just to have
Kind of like what they did along Wabash with those
rain gardens or permeable pavements, like the best way to deal with managing stormwater, because of course the less that goes directly into Trail Creek and the lake, the better. The slower it goes in, the cleaner it goes.
Right.
I can read from the ordinance the main points, and it might be good to organize around those.
Okay.
Advocate for the conservation of energy sources, energy efficient buildings, and the use of renewable clean energy. Encourage recycling and the use of recycled materials. Promote use of local food sources and local businesses. Development of public green spaces, sidewalks, and bike paths. Reduce pollution by promoting the use of public transportation or eco-friendly vehicles. Enter into contracts, accept grants for administration of conservation projects, and ensure a coordinated citywide effort in achieving a comprehensive sustainability program in our community.
So can we lump like sidewalks, bike paths, and public transportation all under public transportation?
In fact, they are all lumped together here.
Green infrastructure.
What do you call it? It just says development of public green spaces, sidewalks, and bike paths. That's all in one.
Can we put that together with public transportation?
Sure.
Why don't we just call it green transport?
Right, something
And
like
that-
that.
Whether it's your 2 feet or 4
Right.
wheels or
Right.
2 wheels or whatever.
Okay, right, or on a bus. Okay, so that's public transportation, sidewalk, bike paths, and then, was there something else in there?
Well, energy sources and efficiency.
Eco-friendly vehicles and public transportation.
Oh, okay, public transportation, eco cars, okay. Okay, so there's green transport, and then, so far I've got 4 categories. I've got carbon footprint, That includes air quality, tree canopy, and energy use reduction.
Can we just say conservation of energy sources, energy efficient buildings, and use of renewable clean energy?
Yes, that all goes into the all goes into the carbon footprint, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then waste management,
Recycling?
and then water, and that includes water quality and stormwater management.
Yeah, water has to be something.
And waste management has composting also.
Waste management, composting. What was the one? Oh, and recycling. Right?
Local
Recycling.
food and businesses, like that might be, keep the local food local and compost it.
That's carbon footprint. That's all of
Yeah,
it.
that's
Well, that's
Right, yeah.
so energy. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm still just have 4 categories. That's pretty good.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let's
Okay.
not try to.
Okay.
More.
And so, is anyone just especially passionate about getting going on one of these, Dahlia?
What's your question?
You want to do the water one, right?
Yes.
So you want to start a water committee, and I think you would chair that committee, I guess.
Sure.
Great. And then, and it'd be nice to find some off-board members to join you on the committee.
Well, I also wanted to throw out too that Steve Perkins, who got this whole thing started, is still offering his service to us. So if we want to meet with him and also with
Yes, he would be more
Kathy,
greenhouse gas guy.
he would be more than happy to meet with us to take a look at these and help identify some what I call instant winners. Since he did this in Evanston and is very skilled at this, and I just spoke with him last night, and he still does want to be involved, but not just as a commission member.
Great.
So
whoever's the greenhouse gas and energy person can get him to work. So anybody want to do the greenhouse gas part of this? What do you call the whole thing?
Carbon footprint. That all falls under there. So, well, I hope AJ, at least you'll be on that committee and while you're here.
Yes.
While you're here. Anyone there
who's
you
gonna
feel
chair it?
especially passionate about chairing that committee?
The air quality one?
Yeah,
With
carbon
footprint?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So AJ, is going to be, working on a lot of those issues in that committee. So yay.
Okay.
I'll take waste management.
Awesome.
I'll do the green transport.
Excellent. Okay, and so Larry, do you happen to know Steve Perkins?
No, I don't.
And do you feel like you could connect them?
Yeah, I'll connect. I'll get you connected.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Steve Perkins.
Yeah.
He lives here locally.
Try and farm.
Yes. Green transport.
So, and is there any of these areas that strike your fancy?
The water. Yeah.
Water? Okay, great. Wait, who's doing? Oh, that's Dahlia.
me.
That's Dahlia. Great. So you'll be working with Dahlia. Dahlia and Command. And Madison, anything that looks especially interesting?
I'm not sure.
That's all right. That's right. Whenever. If you think of something later, that's fine. No pressure. And then, again, encourage everybody to get off-board, off-commission members involved in the committee. So that'd be great. All right, yay. We have committees.
Are there any rules with that? With who can be on the committee?
I think they couldn't chair a committee. Like, I think one of us would have to chair a committee, but I think anybody could be on the committee, don't you think? Sure. Yeah.
No, but you do have to post 48 hours before you meet. You have to post it.
Oh, right. Is there
through the city?
Is it like
city
3
clerk?
people, 4 people or more? Is there anything like that?
I think
you can do?
anything that can get
2
business
people?
done.
Okay. If you're gonna.
So there's some kind of a posting rule where you have to post it. I don't know if you just email the clerks again and just say, please post it. We are meeting at Lakeshore Coffee at 4:00 here I think it's a public, it's an open meeting.
You know, I can check on the legality of that, especially if there's only one board member involved in it. Because any decision and
if it's more than
knowledge
one
making
board.
would have to come back to the board anyway. So let me check on the legality of that before we.
Okay. Yeah, so you should keep that in mind, that, you know, any committee work, you know, has to come back here for approval,
Right.
you know, but otherwise, yeah, I think anybody can be on it. And is anybody, I guess the other part would be grant writing that we haven't really talked about.
Why don't we? We're running short of time.
Okay.
So I think we should maybe put that on the next agenda.
Well, I'd be happy to, you know, chair a grants committee.
All right, done.
Really easy.
Okay, that was super easy.
Your treasurer, you already got some help. Got a great committee.
Excellent. My job's easy so far, 0.
Until we get one.
And I'd certainly just encourage anybody who sees anything or has an idea. I'm pretty good at finding grants, and so if you have an idea of something you want to get funded, you know, I can do it. And
I can help with finding grants because IU has an online library to which IU students have access.
Oh, excellent.
I can help you with finding grants.
Excellent. You're on my committee. Yay. That's awesome.
I guess so, yes.
So, and, you know, be creative. There's lots of grants out there for any, you know, project that is educational or restoration or resiliency to climate change impacts. There's lots of grants out for any of those things.
And the physical agent would be the city?
Fiscal agent would be the city, yeah. I mean, first, you know, we have to get the mayor to sign off and all that. But yeah.
So it's the city of Michigan City that would be applying for the grants.
Right, we do it under the city's
And I think they would be much more amenable if we would write the grant than to say, here, this is a grant we want to do.
Yes, that's how we've done it so far. So,
Okay, good. So we have a little bit of a start on committees, which is really nice. And if, like I say, if you have any ideas, come back to us. We're going to meet in a couple of weeks, so it's not that far away. Our next
Right.
meeting.
and I don't know that any, like, committee heads need to say who's on their committee or anything. Does anybody care about that? We don't need to, you know,
I'll find out if there's any formal member.
but just generally, every meeting, you'll report on your committee work.
Yeah, I am on another commission, and when we get together just as a subcommittee, like to determine what we're going to do for a program, or, you know, how we're going to spend money, or, you know, whatever, that's never posted. But all those discussions are brought back to the commission to be, you know, entertained as a whole commission, and then we'll make a decision on it. So, if that helps.
Yeah, let's hope it's
you know,
flexible like that.
Because there's not ever more than 4 people, you know, getting together at a time that are on the commission.
On the committee, right, yeah. Yeah, let's hope it's...
What is the ordinance, the Sustainability Commission, what's the ordinance number? I thought you still had it up.
I don't know if I have the
I got a hard copy
number.
here.
Yeah, I just have
That's
the city council version.
I think that's it.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, I think
You got
we're,
an extra?
That's not an extra, it's my copy.
we're at the section of public comments, so
So, can I ask AJ if you want to say anything more about your project?
About my project?
Uh-huh.
So I'm working with the Environmental Resilience Institute, and ICLEI, that is a non-profit organization for local governments for sustainability. And my project work is basically getting the emissions data from industries and power plants like NIPSCO, then sanitary district, landfills, and consumption-based emissions in the community, and then getting the data and then come up with a plan on how to reduce those. So that's basically my work here, and I'm going to be here for 10 weeks. So.
Hey, it's interesting, you know, because in South Bend, they did the inventory. Well, they did it in-house.
Mhm.
And, they had an intern as well.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, but then they took like a whole nother year to do their plan. And so, but you have that kind of integrated into your project, right?
Yes.
Awesome. 'Cause remember they hired a consultant and everything to come and put together their plan.
I mean, it won't be that detailed as a consultant, but like I can get the thing started and shortlist a few focus areas on which we can try to concentrate our efforts.
Excellent.
Do you use our comprehensive plan as any kind of a
You should look at that.
basis for your plan?
I can, yeah.
Do you know where to find it and everything? mc2040.com.
MC 2040.
I believe it's linked off of the the planning department's website too. If it's not out, I'll email it to you.
Can you email me the minutes? I can't find them.
Oh, really? Okay, yes. Oh, because maybe.
We could probably send her the ordinance also at the same time.
Okay.
Are there any other public comments?
Behind you. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Paul Mehammer, a constituent. There's a regional planning group, NIPSI, or whatever, and they've done a lot of demographics, and a decade or two ago they surveyed a lot of communities. No community really wanted to greatly expand. If it was a small town, they like small towns, or whatever. But one thing I didn't hear is quality of life, which it seems like government is always like a Ponzi scheme. They just growth, and I think this is more political than environmental, but there should be more sustainability. One of my I've got a lot of pet peeves, is we lost Radio Shack, we lost the vacuum cleaner place, we lost the shoe repair guy, we lost one of our marinas, we lost West Marine dealerships. There's still, off the top of my head, I know there's other things like that. We lost the ski area in Valpo. There's a lot of quality of life things. And the Michigan City Economic Development's looking at all these big industrial things to grow and making the city bigger, with commuting to Chicago. And that's fine, but it'd be nice in the educational field to have independent study, like through A.K. Smith or the high school or Ivy Tech, for somebody to take over this puppeteer guy that has hundreds of marionettes from Eastern Europe or whatever. Or, if it could have been done years ago to learn how to be a shoe repair guy or a vacuum cleaner repair guy. Also, the lawnmower repair guy, I've had 2 mowers there for a month because the guy's doctor said he can only work 4 days a week, so I haven't got my mowers tuned up yet. So I'm just saying the A.K. Smith, the high school, if you've got any contacts with the school board, if they, besides, the trades apprenticeships and journeymanship things, if there was independent study for kids interested in something, I think that would help promote quality of life. Second public comment. Does anybody know, like in a week, the COPE conference on the environment at Blue Chip? Does anybody want to say something about that? It's a great.
Everybody got it, right?
During board comments.
Okay, it's worth taking off work for a Friday. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think that would fall into, we have local food and businesses as part of the Sustainability Commission, one of the things to look at. So yeah, if we encourage local businesses, that's exactly what we mean. Like we need a shoemaker and things like that. Yeah.
Well, and likewise, should probably have an education committee down at some point.
Yeah, education is a key.
No, and we lost the bike store, bike shops come that one on Franklin.
Anybody else for the comments?
Yeah, I would like to say something. My name is Ed Sawa, and I'm right here in Michigan City. Recently moved here from Chesterton, and I just want to share something with all of you for your consideration. Councilwoman Carnes and we've talked at the last city council meeting, I believe, right? And what we discussed was the USGBC, or the United States Green Building Council. Okay. and of course that's out of Washington, and I'm a member of that. Maybe some of you are here too, and I think that's great if we all are. But I'm a member of that organization, and I just spoke to a woman who is associated with that in Washington this morning. But in addition to that, in addition to the USGBC, which I'm a lead AP with that in BD and C as far as the specialty. And in addition to the Washington, the states have their own branches. So like Indiana has their own branch for the USGBC. And in that branch of Indiana, there are chapters. So there's a Northwest Indiana chapter, which I think is kind of a Cheryl area. I think there's a South Bend chapter. And I am directly part of the Northwest Indiana chapter. Okay, so I'm a member of that group of people in the USGBC that get together and discuss sustainability in all arenas. Okay, and what I've discussed, and we just met, we're meeting again next week, but what we've discussed at our meetings is reaching out to communities, and like Michigan City here, and I've reached out to other communities too, just under the umbrella of the USGBC. And what we are doing, or what we're offering, is workshops for communities like Michigan City, and as I said, I've reached out to some other ones that are entertaining a workshop that would be given by the USGBC on sustainability. And I talked briefly with Councilwoman Carnes about it, and am offering or putting on a table for all of us here that there are people in our group that will do a workshop on the different aspects of LEED and so forth. You know, I've heard sustainability here a number of times. I haven't heard the word LEED here, but there's the opportunity for the group to come and do a workshop for various departments in the city of Michigan City. And that's really as far as you would want to take it. And the workshop would consist of people coming in, again, from the USGBC, and would go over different sections of LEED, different areas of sustainability, waste, stormwater management and green buildings and carbon footprint and so forth. And they would come in and do a workshop on maybe those specific areas, or a broad review of LEED and version 4.1 and so forth as to what we here at Michigan City might consider learning more about. So, and I think it's a good thing. I do, and but there is the opportunity here, and to where, again, as I've said a few times, I just want to be sure that we're all on the same page. Is that there'd be and they're either 4 or 8 hour workshops. Again, either 4 hour workshop or 8 hour workshop. There's no cost associated with it. So, if it's 8 hours, there'd be lunch, and I don't really get involved with that directly. I don't get into the details with those items, but again, the opportunity is there for personnel, everybody here, as well as other departments or department heads, to learn more about sustainability. And with this commission being formed, which I think is a nice step to take here in Michigan City, there's just the opportunity to do something more as far as gaining knowledge. Now, that could occur. A lot of us may know some things, and there may be people who don't know anything. But if it's put on a table, the opportunity is to learn more, and if you learn more, you do better. So that's what Councilwoman Carnes and I have talked about. So
yeah, and I want to let you know the information you handed on to Andy was handed on to me, which was shared with everybody. So
we met.
We met
at the last
meeting, right?
Okay. And then I shared it with Nancy.
Okay, good.
And it was passed on to everyone, so that you know that.
Okay, good. Okay, so
can I ask, what city departments would you provide the training to?
Whoever you were interested in being part of. part of that.
Is it like the planning department?
It could be, yeah, it could be. I mean, planning department,
Redevelopment.
Waste management.
Redevelopment, waste management. So the discussion that I had today was that, and communicated some last night too, is that, the people from the Northwest Indiana branch are putting together a program right now, okay? Just a program that says, here, board, here's some things we think you might consider talking about, and then they would come in and then they would talk and go over those different arenas or areas, energy efficient buildings and LEED and so forth. But it would be kind of a menu item to a certain extent, So right now, again, they are, the colleague I talked to is tailoring a list down, and I would expect we would have that. I would personally have it, and then I would forward it on, and you highlighted like 4 categories here, as we talked earlier or listened to you all, and so my intent is I want to talk about that maybe a little bit more after the meeting, but send that to the people that I'm working with and say, here's kind of where Michigan City is kind of focusing on, here's maybe what we should try to do. That's one approach. The other approach is kind of a overall approach of the USGBC sustainability to where everybody gets maybe a little bit of everything, and then things develop from there, So that's.
I think it would be a great level of base knowledge for at least everybody on this committee to go to it, and then as many other people in the city departments as we could get. I'm sure we could get quite a few people.
And the more that you can get, the better it's going to be. I mean, and I'm talking with the people who would, part of the Northwest Indiana branch or chapter, the 10, 15, 20 people, the more you can get, the better. And sometimes other communities come to this one. And typically what would happen is that the USGBC staff would come here, would meet here somewhere. So we're, typically it's a city hall or something like that, or town hall, but that's what would happen. And as long as there was the room here for the different departments, and and it's, then as I said, that would be a good thing. So either 4 hours or 8 hours, 8 hours, to have somebody commit to 8 hours one whole day, that's a long time, it is, and I get it. I mean, and so, but, maybe an initial approach might be a 4-hour envelope there to kind of pick what you want to talk about, and then there could always be another one sometime down the road, but
do you want to just tell people what LEED stands for?
Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. Okay. And that is and there's different versions of that. I mean, as far as where it is now, where LEED is right now, or where different versions of it. It expands, and it starts. It develops as time goes on. So, it's a rating system. So LEED has a rating system. And to get into that a little bit more, but LEED has a rating system in regards to site and energy and waste management and so forth and so on, that you earn points. And if sometimes you may have heard that buildings have earned a platinum status or a gold status or silver status and so forth, but that is as a result of earning X number of points from or through LEED, through the LEED rating system. In regards to energy, in regards to carbon footprint that we've talked about and so forth. So that's what that pertains to there. But again, maybe a 4-hour approach is the initial approach to take, to where everybody kind of gets a basic understanding, or better understanding, I should say, as to what is involved, being that you've established a sustainability committee or commission here in Michigan City. So it's, kind of falls in at the right time. You're just getting started, and
yeah, that'd be great.
It's something to consider by all of you. So,
Thank you
any
very
other
much.
questions? You're welcome. If you have any
Could
questions,
you give us your, I think I have your contact information because I got the email that you sent to Sharon.
Okay.
So would you be interested in being on one of these committees like mine?
That's a possibility. And let's see time-wise and so forth and what we could do.
Even if just to arrange, an event.
Yeah.
So, but if you could, as a board, or commission, if you think it's something you want to pursue or entertain, I should say, then I will continue to, we'll continue moving down a path of developing initial program, and we can get it to you, and then you could decide, we'll entertain this area and this area and this area, but maybe not this, something, or like I said, a general overview of the USGBC and LEAD and sustainability by itself, which.
I think you guys could decide all that as a committee.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
I'd be interested in hearing more. And
So maybe Clarence, you could, introduce yourself, and we all did this earlier, so relate.
Clarence Halls, EDCMC Director, and happy to be in the committee, talk about green and green development and making things last for a long time and energy efficient, so.
That's
great.
And did you meet AJ?
Hello.
AJ is our intern who's doing the greenhouse gas
Pleasure.
emissions inventory program of the community. So, you may have some need to contact Clarence as well.
Okay, so are we ready for board comments? If we can go around and see if anybody has anything to add. Come on, tell us about Monday. Is the Monday cleanup?
Monday mornings?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nora's still doing Monday mornings. Every Monday morning you can go to the Facebook page and sign up to sponsor. They have every Monday, and then I think she has the day after 4th of July as well, which is not a Monday. Don't quote me on that. Definitely have to look that one up.
Okay.
But she's there every Monday for sure. I think the 4th of
8 a.m.?
July, 8 a.m. is when she starts. You can show up earlier if you want.
What are you referring to?
Monday morning beach cleanup. It was a grassroots movement. Nora Riska started it. We just hang out on the beach all the time, and one day she's like, I'm collecting garbage instead of rocks, and then the next week she started Monday mornings. We go
Any specific area? Or?
Washington
Park,
Okay.
from the pier to Fetter's Alley,
Okay.
but mostly right in the main area there.
At what time?
8 o'clock.
Okay.
So you're saying go to the beach or go to Facebook?
Well, both. I mean, if you want to sponsor, you can go to Facebook to sign up
You
to
can just
sponsor
show
the
up, yeah.
event. But you can just show up. And if you tell the people at the beach checking your sticker that you're doing the beach cleanup, it's free. So you don't have to have your beach sticker for that, which is really awesome.
And Nora also says if you can't make Monday morning, show up anytime.
Right, of course. Anytime. Just clean up the beach whenever
Just
you're there.
clean up the beach when you're
Yes,
there.
if you're there.
Buckets are
Exactly.
better
Not
than
limited
bags.
to Monday.
Yes, and I'd like for next week, and Nora, it's interesting that was brought up. She has an idea with, in conjunction with the Young People's Theater, to do some PSAs for the environment.
Oh,
I'll
nice.
talk to her a little bit more about that. Make it part of the agenda, perhaps, for next time.
That'd be great.
Great, thanks.
Okay, my turn? Okay, I have an announcement to make, and the first ever Dorothy Buell Youth Environmental Award, which is also called YAY, will be given, and this will be happening at Jammin' with Save the Dunes, and it's being given to, Gwen may know this already, to the Michigan City High School Wolves Environmental Restoration Team this year.
Are you on it?
Yeah, she said she was at the beginning. And we're aiming for the award to be given between 6:45 and 7:15, and that's going to be, sort of depending on when the band break happens. But we would love for all of you to be there to help celebrate some really great efforts, especially at Hanson Park, that have been going on since the initiation of the team. And Jam with Save the Dunes is this Saturday, I should say that, June 1st. The event runs from 4 to 10 o'clock. So
And where does that take place?
Guy Foreman
yeah.
Amphitheater at Washington Park,
Okay.
really close to the senior center in Fetters Alley.
Parking. If you don't have a sticker, if you have tickets, can you park free or no?
You
No,
do
okay.
have to support the Park and Rec Department. Yes.
I just had that question from somebody, so thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Great. So you don't know when the award will be given? Sometime during
Sometime
that time
between
period?
6:45 and 7:15
okay.
is sort of what we're aiming for.
Okay.
But a lot depends on the bands when they go up and come down.
Yeah, right.
Because we have 6 bands and 2 stages, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And food trucks.
It's a good
vendors
time.
and
It's a good event. Yeah.
brewers, and it's a wonderful time. It really is.
And then, were you going to talk about the conference?
Well, I thought
We're going around.
Everybody's got something.
Do you have Larry?
I don't have anything to
right.
say.
Daisy?
I don't have anything either.
Madison? Clint? I guess it's me. So the 2019 Conference on the Environment is June 7th at the Blue Chip Hotel and Casino. It's an all-day event. Some of the items on the agenda there Indiana State Conservationist is going to talk, Environmental Change Grand Challenge from the Environmental Resilience Institute at Indiana University.
Can you remind us what time registration is for that?
Sure, it's at 7:30. And actually, I can, for the commission members, I can forward this to you and you can register in advance
I've
for it.
registered. I just didn't write down what time it started.
Okay, okay.
So, I'm sorry, just about email, like, we're having trouble getting through, like, we're using your mom's email and that one's working, but I can email you, but no one else can. I had to call Kevin McGuire and get permission, but I thought he was going to open it up so that anyone could email you at your school email address, but it doesn't seem to be working for anyone but me, and I'm wondering if you have another email address.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, don't say it
Let's
out.
not say it out loud.
Let's not say it on the camera.
Oh, all right.
So she can write it down for you.
Thank you.
Some of the other
Teacher
items.
came out in us.
History of Sheridan Beach, the Indiana Governor's Environmental Excellence Awards, and projects of the Army Corps of Engineers. And I also believe, the W.G. Jackson Lake Michigan Sampling Tours will be available that afternoon, and that's a great event for anyone who's not.
So that tour of the boat is only for first 100 people, so
Okay.
you have to be quick to register that.
It's here all weekend though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's here all weekend, and you can
It's
register
on 2 days,
online.
Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes
When
Friday.
did you just
And
email me? Your email address.
I also believe that the Cheney Run project is being talked about also.
Probably.
There's a presentation. It's the last
okay.
one of the
Good.
day.
Good.
The last one. I know a number of us have been trying to get details on that and have wanted to become acquainted with it. So the opportunity is there at the environmental conference.
But what is the website for that for people listening
register?
in?
I
Take a look.
mccote.com.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
MCCOTE.
MCCOTE, that's right. .com.
It's free, and they give you breakfast and lunch,
right,
and the food is wonderful.
Yeah.
And I've heard we're not going to be tortured with trivia this year over lunch.
Yeah, I think you gave that one up. Yeah, that was terrible. So I don't think I have anything. If I do, we'll blurt it out somewhere. Inappropriate then.
Okay.
Kelly, any announcements?
No, nothing in particular.
Like Trail Creek Watershed Steering Committee meeting? Maybe people want to.
It's always the second Wednesday of the month. Typically, we're at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, although occasionally we change our venue. So if you want to get on the mailing list, you can email me, daliazygas@gmail.com. I'll get you on the email list so that you can get invited to all of our meetings.
Okay, see, now I did think of something. The Master Recycling Program is starting soon, and it's free. It's over several weeks, and it's on Tuesdays, and the first one is, I don't think that's the first one. The first one, I believe, is next week. Of course, it's on Thursdays. All right. Hang on, let's Oh, no, sorry, it's on Tuesdays. So it'll be every Tuesday, starting next Tuesday, June 4th, going through July 2nd. And there's also some field trips that they do in conjunction with that, so you can go to those too.
The field trips are excellent. Those take place different times during the week. I completed the program this last time and learned so much from it. It's you register with Sacha Guy Burns at the LaPorte County Waste Management District.
Solid Waste
District.
Yeah.
LaPorte County Solid Waste District.
Right, okay. Sorry.
Right. If we're all done, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Is there a second? Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.